Welcome, new fighter. Today we're going to be going over the basics of mixed martial arts over here at Higher Learning Fight Club. Just as you res in, you're going to want to go over to the right, and by the main entrance you'll see the sanctioned boxing gloves. You have the MMA HUDs, that's where you can buy them. And then to the far right, in the free section, you can buy our free boxing gloves in that box there. So to get started in MMA, you're going to want to go to this board where you can purchase all the HUDs, and we have a wide selection there. And first, when you want to purchase the HUD, you want to select it, right click it, click pay for it. You receive a message that you paid for it, and soon it'll appear in your inventory. And then press keep. Now at Higher Learning, you're going to want to go over to the res pad, which is right near where you spawn at our gym. You're going to want to find the HUD in your inventory, click it and drag it to the res area. Wait a few seconds for it to res. Then you want to go over to it, right click it, click open. See it in the window there, and then copy to inventory. Windows are going to start popping up with all the note cards and landmarks that were in the box. You want to right click it and hit delete to get rid of the box from the res area. Now you want to go in your inventory, find all the items that were in the box, and delete all the extra items that are not the health display and the HUD itself. You want to delete the special effects, the landmarks, and the note cards. You're not going to really need those unless you want extra instructions. After all those are deleted, and you have the HUD in your inventory, you want to right click the health display, click wear. The health display will appear in white over your head. Then you want to go to the HUD and right click it and click wear, and that'll appear in the upper right hand corner of your screen. After the HUD is resed in and everything's set, the first red button will get you into your fighting stance. You'll need this when you start fighting. The red dot with the wrench next to it, that's where you can play with all the settings of the HUD. And then the third red dot is where you have all your attacks displayed. Now these attacks are numbered numerically. Now to fight, you want to have your fight stance ready, and each of these buttons represents a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. To attack, you click these buttons. Now the most powerful attacks in most HUDs are the third button, the fourth button, the seventh button, the 8th button, the 10th button, and the 11th button. These attacks will give you the most power when you hit. The block button here is rarely used in a fight. If you want to do a power attack, which will do 15% damage, you charge it, your stamina will go down, the Zen symbol will spin, and then you click on one of the action buttons and you'll attack and release your special attack. After the fight, you want to click the buttons again, and it'll turn off your HUD. Now if you want to move the HUD around on your display, right click it, click edit, and using the directional arrows on the HUD, you can move the HUD around. Where you want to place it depends on you. Personally, I place it over my avatar, so I have a full range of view, but that again is up to you. And that's the basics of MMA at Higher Learning Fight Club. Now let's get to some fights. MMA at Higher Learning is a little more difficult to start up in rather than boxing. First, you want to have your HUD displayed. You want to have your action buttons ready. And you want to have your fight stance on. This is the reset button for after the fight. You want to have your buttons where they're more comfortable for you. You want to start the fight with a countdown, or however you choose. I cannot stress enough that you always want to be moving. At all times, move. Never stop moving. During the fight, you want to be hitting these buttons to attack. You don't want to go too fast, because if you go too fast, you'll lag your HUD and you won't attack at all. If you go too slow, then you won't be doing enough damage. What you want to do is a nice rhythmic button pressing, just like I'm doing here. Nice and calm, steady button pressing. This will give you the maximum damage without giving you too much lag. While fighting, you want to move in and out, keeping your opponent in front of you at all times. While pressing your buttons, this can be a little difficult, because most likely you want to be paying attention to your buttons rather than looking at your opponent. Because if you don't, then you're most likely going to miss a few hits. For movement, you want to use the arrow keys, or even your WASD keys. If you're defeated, you want to use this reset button. You want to click it, and you'll slowly be rezzed back, and your HUD will be reset, and you'll be able to fight again. And that's the basics of fighting with MMA HUD. Good luck out there.